Out to Iberia Parish. I believe we have Levi Ismail live over at Acadiana Regional Airport tonight. Levi.
You know, right here by the regional airport where we finally got some shelter, but the biggest concern that we're dealing with right now is that wind. And I just want to give you guys an idea as to what that wind kind of looks like. Once you get past some of the barriers, this is the stuff that you're dealing with. I got to hold my hat because I know that we've done this before and I know what to expect. The wind has been kicking up tremendously, and so we don't see as much rain as we saw earlier in the day, but the wind right now is one of the biggest problems. So, you know, as with any airport, you're not going to see too much in the way of any type of buildings really to block some of that wind. We're just fortunate that we have one right next to us, and so when I step out on the other side of this, that's when you start to realize the extent of this wind. I mean, this is something that we really didn't expect to see earlier. Just from our experience, we saw much more rain, and you know, we were concerned with some of that flooding, but this wind, this is something that everyone needs to be concerned about, especially if you're still trying to find shelter. Make sure you get to some shelter as soon as possible, because just from what we were talking to some of the guys earlier, they said, you know, no matter what category this storm ends up being by the time it makes landfall, this will be an issue for people as soon as they start traveling around. Even on our way in here, we saw some of the debris. We saw some of the buildings that had some of the siding ripped off of it, and of course the trees that were knocked down. And so we're going to step back in here because this wind, at any moment, the wind gusts, they tend to push you from one side to the other. And of course, right now you can see this is no joke, folks. This is something that you need to be cautious about, especially when you're talking about being in an area that's as exposed as this is. So just make sure you find some shelter. For now, reporting, Levi Ismail, back to you.